What do you mean spinnerbaits don't work anymore? You ready to run a gun? It's time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Todd here with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. Truck talking, you crazy in the head. I've been seeing here lately on YouTube channels that spinnerbaits don't work anymore. Come on, man. Either you're not fishing them right, or you're fishing them in the wrong conditions, or you're just not throwing them with any confidence whatsoever. You just churning water. Spinnerbaits don't work anymore. Don't you realize that spinnerbait is probably the most versatile lure that you got in your tackle box? You can fish on the surface of the water to as deep as you want to get it. Yeah, I quoted Bill Dance right there. It is. It's the most versatile bait there is. For those of you who haven't seen any kind of a tutorial on it, go on old school fishing videos and look up Spinnerbaits A to Z by Bill Dance and watch that dude. Yeah, I know, it's almost 40 years old. That kind of stuff don't apply today. Actually, it still does. Bass haven't changed. Just techniques and fishermen. If you want the most versatile spinnerbait, it'll be a single-bladed spinnerbait, single Colorado blade. That's going to be your most versatile, or maybe an Indiana, if you like Indiana blades. I throw that sometimes too, single Indiana. But single Colorado is going to be the most versatile bait. I'd say probably a 3/8 with a number 4 blade. Now, I didn't choose number 5 because if you want to fish that thing deep, that 4 is going to work a lot better for you. And you can still get it up on the surface. But man, they just don't catch them anymore. They're not as effective as they used to be and everything. But you know how many tournaments back in the day was won on a spinnerbait? You know how much of a spinnerbait plays in tournaments today? You can't say that. I tell you why. I tell you exactly why that these guys are saying this. They're video gamers. And since you're out there scoping looking like a blue crane, looking at this thing, a blue crane, a blue heron, as Mark would say. Blue heron. Now a spinnerbait's not going to work in a situation like that. I almost guarantee it, because the fish already know you're there. You don't think they can't feel that vibration off of that sensor? That transducer? But man, if I'm up in shallow water, I don't care if I've got wind or not. I mean, I do know wind helps. Wind definitely helps. There's no doubt about that. However, I've caught them in calm water. Was a couple of months ago, I did a video on the water while I was using my lightning rods. And the water was dead calm. Crystal clear, dead calm. Right at the end of the spawn. The post spawn was already beginning. And about a 3-pounder slammed my spinnerbait so hard in the back of a pocket, where he technically, by textbooks, is where he should not have been. And he knocked the blade off my spinnerbait. Yeah, you can throw them in calm water. I mean, there are guidelines of the best times to throw a spinnerbait, and there's nothing wrong with going by those guidelines. You got wind, maybe slightly stained water, cover. Well, spinnerbait just don't work good around grass. Phooey. Yeah, it does. They just don't work good around rocks. Or even rivers. Guys, I wouldn't think twice about throwing a spinnerbait in a river. I mean, come on. I'd throw one in a heartbeat. especially if there's some good smallmouth in there. But don't sit there and tell everybody that, spinnerbaits ain't as good as they used to be and they don't catch them like they used to. You're full of crap. Spinnerbaits are just as good today as they were back 50 years ago. There's nothing wrong with a spinnerbait. I mean, like me, I still throw spinnerbaits with the rubber skirts, not the translucent silicone stuff, which I've got those. But I mean, come on, man. Shimmer. Come on, man. Get with the program. Quit telling people lies like that. Quit saying, well, this bait doesn't work good anymore. This bait's not as good anymore. When it is a standard staple in bass fishing. They're still made today. They're still trying to improve on it today. You can't do much else with a spinnerbait. And you're going to tell people it's not as effective as it used to be. Ugh. I guess that's my rant. Guys, don't give up on spinnerbaits, okay? There's a love-hate relationship bass fishermen here lately have had with spinnerbaits. There's guys that swear by them. There's guys that, well, I use them if the conditions are right. Okay. That's all a confidence thing. But don't just chuck them and throw them away. I knew guys back in the old club days that didn't even have a spinnerbait in the boat. And I'm like, why? I mean, good grief, man, but these guys are pitching worms and stuff like that, jerk baits or whatever, throwing jerk baits around boat docks back in those days. Shoot, I would take a spinnerbait and pitch a spinnerbait in that sucker and catch them around boat docks. Especially if you got like a real small finesse spinnerbait and throw it on a spinning rod. You could really get way back in there. You can even skip a spinnerbait on a spinning rod. Can't skip it very far, but you can at least skip it. I don't know, man. Don't give up on spinnerbaits, guys. That's just, that's a crawl on my side. So until next time, remember, new techniques are trendy, but bass never change. May the Father bless you and keep you in Yeshua's name, and as always, fish on.